Hello friends, and welcome to Edupedia World Videos. This is the course Linux Operating Systems Basics, and in this particular video we will learn about some Linux commands. So we have till now covered various Linux commands in our previous videos, which were the Nano Editor command, and we have also done the cat command and then the echo command and ls command. So in this particular video I'll take you through the cd command, which is used to change the current directory. Okay, so now this is a command which is used to change the present directory. That means to go from one directory to another directory, you can use the cd command. Now let me switch to the putty window where we can see how to use this particular command. So till now what we have done is we have installed a virtual machine, a Linux virtual machine on our Oracle VirtualBox. We have installed CentOS 7 64-bit Linux distribution over that virtual machine, and then we have also installed an SSH client on our Windows system, which is known as Putty, 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 and we have downloaded it and installed it on our system, from which we are now accessing our virtual machine. So what I have done is I have given my virtual machine an IP, okay, and using that same IP I am connecting to my virtual machine. Okay, if you want to go through that procedure, so please refer to our tutorials on Linux installation prerequisites and Linux installation and configuration of the virtual machine. Okay, so now we will learn about the cd command. Okay, cd command is used to change the current directory. So if I want to check the list of directories in my current directory, I can check it using the ls command, which is the list command, okay, short form for list. So this command shows all the files and directories in my current directory. So it is showing that there are some files which are in the black color, okay, those ones are files, and the ones in blue color are the directories. So I can go to any of these directories. Say I want to go to desktop directory, I will do cd and then I will write desktop. So I will come into the desktop directory. Okay, and also to go to the previous directory you have to write cd space double dot. So this will take you to one directory prior to your current directory. Okay, and if you want to go to the root prompt, so you have to write simple cd / it will take you to the root prompt. Simple cd will take you to the home directory of your user. So whatever user you are logged in as, it will take you to the home directory. So right now I am logged in as the root user, so it will take me to my home directory, okay, which is the / root. Okay, so you can also check it using the pwd command, which says present working directory. When you enter pwd, it will display you the present working directory. Suppose I now go into some other directory inside this directory by using the cd command, cd, and then I type the name of the directory that I want to go into, that is music, and then again I type pwd, which is present working directory. It will show me the directory that I am in at this moment of time. So it will show me root music. Okay, so that is how the commands cd and pwd work. Now we have also learned that if I want to go to my root directory, I have to type cd / which will take me to the root directory. Okay, / is the parent of all the directories inside a Linux file system. So it will take me to that particular directory, and here if I do ls, I can see all the Linux file system directories available over here. Okay, so now the next is the pwd command, which we have already covered. So pwd actually shows us the present working directory. Suppose I go into home and there I do ls, I go to Edupedia, and then I do pwd over here, then it will list the current directory that I am in. It will show me that I am in / home / Edupedia. Okay, so pwd is done. Now let us do one more command, which is word count, wc. Okay, so word count is the command that actually gives you the number of words or number of lines. Okay, so it is contrary to number of horizontal characters or number of vertical characters that are there in a particular string. Okay, so you can count that using the word count command, which is WC. Okay, let us look at its options using man WC. So man is short form for manual, and you can write man before any Linux commands, and for most of the commands manual pages are available, and if it is available, then on pressing enter it will show you the manual of that particular command. So it is showing me the manual of this particular command, which is listing various options that I can give to this command. So it can count these many things. Okay, first is the usage. I have to give WC, then I can give some option, then I can give the name of a file in which I want to count the words. Okay, so if I want to count the bytes, I can use option WC-C. So all these options can be given using the single hyphen, or if you want to write long options, then you can write double hyphen. So long options, the benefit of long options is that these are more easy to remember because they are complete words and you can correlate to them easily, while short options were used earlier, and these days we also have an option to enter the long options. So you don't need to always remember them, so whenever you need a particular functionality you can search that using the man pages and you will be able to find out the right options that you want to use. You just need to know which command to use where. Okay, so like in this particular option we need to count the number of characters or number of bytes, so you can do that using -C or --hyphen bytes. We will try and do that. So for characters you have -M, and for number of lines you have -L. And similarly we have other options also, and here it is, one option is that it will print the max line length. So if your file has 10 lines and the longest line is 100 characters in length, so it will print 100. Okay, similarly you can count words in number of words inside a file using -W option. So let us try and use this option. So yesterday in our previous tutorial where we learnt cat command and Nano Editor commands, we had created a file in our root directory, in our home user directory. So that file was file.txt. So let us just see what all is there in this particular file. If I cat file.txt, I'll see that there are 3 lines inside this file. Okay, so let us check it with word count. So for counting the number of lines it was WC-L, and after that I have to give the file name. Just check the syntax once. Man WC, first we have to give WC, then we have to give the option, okay, and then we have to give the name of the file. Okay, so similarly the options can be given using a hyphen and then the option. So for lines, counting the number of lines, the option is -L, then we have to give the name of the file. Okay, so let us now try it. Word count -L and file1.txt. So it has printed that there are 3 lines in file1.txt. okay, so if we want to count the number of bytes in file1.txt, we can do it by using word count -L -C file1.txt. so -C was the option for counting the number of bytes. So it has given me that it is 51 bytes in size. Okay, so if you use ls-l command, we have learnt in our another commands tutorial prior to this one. So in that we have done ls command also, and in ls command there is an option of ls-l. so l-l gives long listing format. In long listing format you can also see the size of various files, so you can check it over here also, that file1.txt is 51 bytes in size. Okay, these are the sizes in number of bytes. File1.txt is 51 bytes in size, and when we check this from word count command, then also it showed that the size of file1.txt is 51 bytes. Okay, wc-c is used for calculating the size in bytes of a file. Now let us check how many characters it says are there in file1.txt. So generally one character takes 1 byte. Okay, inside Linux and inside most of the operating systems, a single character is stored in 1 byte. So it should mostly be equal. So wc-c and wc-m should be equal, but it might be that there are some characters, some operating systems in which this rule might not follow, but for Linux it is true. So you should mostly see wc-c and wc-m giving you the same results. Okay, so you can also count the number of words in that file. So let us first count the number of words manually, and then we will verify it using the wc command. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12 words. So let us see if this is correct. Yes, so wc-w gives you the word count, and it is telling you that there are 12 words in your this particular file1.txt. Okay, so now let us move towards our next command. So in this particular section, now we are going to learn about the redirection operators in Linux. So what are redirection operators? These are some of the most powerful tools of Linux console, Linux shell. Okay, so how do they help you? They help you to either direct the output of one command to a file, okay, or you can direct data from one command to another, or you can also direct input from console to a command. Okay, so console input, you can give an input to a command using the redirection operators. There are 3 types of redirection operators. One is the output operator, single greater than sign or double greater than sign. Okay, then there is less than sign used for input operator, single and double. So single is generally used to write or overwrite the current data, and double is used to append the current data. In double, it will not overwrite, it will just add one line to the end of it. And pipe is used to direct the output of first command to the second command. So the command which is used before pipe, its output will be directed to the as an input to the second command. So now we will check it practically, so it will be more clear for you to understand. Suppose we have a command ls. Okay, it produces this particular output. Now we can also do that, we can direct the output of this command to a file. Okay, so ls and then redirection operator single greater than. Okay, this single redirection operator, what it will do is it will simply redirect the output to a file. So I have to give a file name after that. So let me give list output. So this is the file name that will be created. Okay, so single greater than is always for overwriting. So if the file does not exist, it will get created. If it exists, it will get overwritten. Okay, so if I do ls and then single redirection and list underscore output.txt, so nothing comes on the screen, because whatever the output that had to come on the screen otherwise has now been redirected to a new file that would be created. I can check it using the command ls-tr. So we have done this in our tutorial of ls command, that -t is used for sorting the output of the ls command based on last modified time. Okay, and r means reverse that output. So if you do ls-t, it will give you the newest file first and oldest file at the bottom, and using -tr will give you the oldest file at the top and newest file at the bottom. So it will give me newest file at the end. So this is the newest file that has just got created, list output.txt, and I can show see its contents either using cat command. Okay, so you can see that all list of your directory, current directory, is inside your list output.txt. so you can see all the files are over here. Okay, it will although not retain the format, the exact format in which this was printed, because there are some special characters that are used to print various colors and various new lines and all, but it will retain the text as it is. So all the list of these files and directories is inside this particular file now, because we have redirected it. Okay, so similarly, if I want to rewrite the command output of say pwd command, so pwd tells me that okay, you are in which directory at this moment. At this time I am in the root directory, root users home directory, so it is giving /root. Now if I redirect the command pwd into the same file list output.txt using a single greater than sign, which is for overwriting, so I should be able to see that all the data inside the list output is overwritten. So let us cat this file and see that now only /root, that was the output of pwd command, is stored inside list output.txt. so it does not contain any prior information. So if I want that it should retain the prior information also, what I can do is, instead of using a single greater than sign, single output redirection operator, I should use a double output redirection operator. Okay, so now let us try to redirect the output of one more command, that is echo, to our file list output.txt. so you can write echo and you can write any message inside it, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, and I redirect it using the double redirection operator to the same file list output.txt, and I press enter. So when I press enter, it should get appended to the end of my file. So sorry, you can see cat list output.txt, and you can see that the new line has been appended and the original information is already there. So it has not got overwritten, but it has only got appended, okay, at the end. Okay, so this was the output redirection operator. Now we can also try and use the input redirection operator. So we know we have just done the command word count. Okay, so if you give the file name after word count, say word count -l, I want to count the number of lines in this particular file, it will straight away give you the number of lines in that particular file and the file name. Okay, now you can also use this command word count with input redirection operator. So the input will be taken from my command list output.txt instead of actually passing this list output.txt as a argument. So it will read this command and it will take this as input. So word count actually calculates the number of lines that it has been given from standard input using the redirection operator, and it will print that to you. Okay, so that is how you can use the input redirection operator. And there is one more case where you can use the pipe operator to give the output of one command as an input to other command. Suppose ls-l gives us the list of all the files in current directory. Okay, so these are how many lines? If we count 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 and 14. So there are 14 files plus directories inside this directory, and when I give ls-l command, it gives me 14 lines of output. Now I want to verify the same thing using output redirection from one command to other command. So I will redirect the output of ls-l command to word count using pipe. So all we have to do is write our first command, then add the pipe symbol, okay, and then word count -l, then the second command after that. So output of this command will serve as an input to the second command. So it has given me total 15 lines. Why? Because one line is this. Okay, so the output is actually producing 15 lines. One is this line, and the 14 files that are there inside my commands output. Okay, so it is counting all the lines. Similarly, I can calculate the number of characters that are inside my output. Okay, I can also verify it using first redirecting my output to say file list output.txt. So I have overwritten it. So if I cat list output.txt, it will have the overwritten format. Now I can do word count hyphen m for calculating the bytes in list output.txt, and you can see that this result is exactly the same as this result, and even if you do input redirection, the result would be the same as 724 for each case. So that means these all are performing the same thing. Now let us try output redirection in one more way. What you can do is echo, and you can write anything and you can redirect it to your any file. Okay, let us say this file only. So you can use echo to write to a file. Okay, so you can write any message that you want to write to a file using echo. If you want to add one more line, you can write echo and then double redirection operator so that it appends to the end of the file. So write echo and your message and then the name of the file. It will append that output to the end of the file. So that is how you use various commands, and that is how you use the input and output redirection also. Okay, so I hope that this particular video was clear to you. In this particular video, what we have done is we have read about various commands. Okay, we started from the cd command, where we learned how to change the current directory using the cd command. It is used to change the present directory. So you want to go from one directory to another, you can go using cd command. Then there was pwd command, which is just used to print the present working directory. Okay, and then we have done the word count command to count. Either you can count the number of words in a file, number of lines in a file, or you can also count the number of bytes that are there in a file using word count command. And then we have done about redirection operators, which are output redirection operators for redirecting the output of a command to a file. Okay, to writing it to a file, for redirecting the input of a file from a file to the standard input of a command. That means instead of straight away giving some arguments to the command while writing the command itself, you can take those arguments from the file itself. So that we did when we calculated the number of lines in a file using word count using the input redirection operator. That was the example that we did. And then you have the pipe symbol, which is used to redirect the output of one command as an input of the another command. So we used this with word count also, and we can do this with several other commands which we will be learning throughout our course on Linux. So I hope that this small video was clear to you and you enjoyed watching this video. So please continue to watch this course, Linux Operating Systems Basics. Thank you.